I'm Marilee Nixon, leader of the Southern Environmental Law Center's Healthy Air Program. Would it surprise you to learn that if the Southeast were viewed as a country, it would rank 7th in the world for its contribution to the critical problem of global warming? Every day, tons of carbon dioxide and other pollution come out of the tailpipes of our cars, buses, and trucks, and from power plants that burn coal. Because we have so many old, dirty power plants, and because we have some of the highest driving rates in the nation, the South is now one of the largest sources of greenhouse gases on the planet. How can we reduce our outsized contribution to global warming? SELC is using law and policy advocacy to enforce existing clean air safeguards and to advance new alternatives that are workable, affordable, and effective at reducing emissions. One of the most immediate steps we can take to address global warming is to replace old dirty power plants that use outdated technology. On April 2nd of this year, the United States Supreme Court set the stage for retiring these plants by handing SELC a unanimous victory in an enforcement case against Duke Energy, a suit we have shepherded through the courts for 7 years. All 9 justices agreed with us that if power companies extend the lives of old coal-burning power plants in ways that increase yearly pollution, the law requires them to install modern pollution controls. For decades, power companies have avoided this requirement in violation of the Clean Air Act. That same day, the court ruled in a separate case that federal and state pollution agencies already have the authority, even the responsibility, to regulate emissions of carbon dioxide, a key greenhouse gas. Together, these 2 rulings open a powerful new front in the fight against global warming. Power companies will now have to decide: are they going to spend billions of dollars on new pollution controls to keep old plants running longer? Or are they going to do what Congress originally intended when it developed the Clean Air Act and phase out these old plants, looking instead to newer and cleaner power sources to meet our nation's energy needs? In their scramble to meet growing energy demand, companies in 4 states in our region are proposing new coal-burning plants that rely on conventional technology with no capacity for capturing carbon dioxide. This is a 20th century solution to a 21st century problem, and it misses the opportunity to chart a new course that would help solve the growing global warming problem. SELC is opposing construction of the Wise County plant in Virginia, the Cliffside plant in North Carolina, and the PD plant in South Carolina. Instead of these plants, we are promoting greater efficiency and alternative, clean energy sources. This work is making a difference. The North Carolina Utilities Commission recently denied a permit request for one of 2 massive new coal-fired boilers at Duke Energy's Cliffside plant near Charlotte. Duke will now be required to retire 4 older units and commit 1% of its annual revenues to energy efficiency programs. The South is growing faster than any other part of the country, but we're not growing sensibly. Sprawl development and bad transportation decisions are forcing us to drive more and more. Our region has some of the highest driving rates in the country, which means we're burning tremendous amounts of fossil fuel, and we're doing grave damage to the world's climate. In fact, transportation is the fastest growing source of greenhouse gas emissions. SELC is working on several fronts to reduce tailpipe pollution. We're convincing southern states to look beyond building new highways that open the door to more sprawl and more tailpipe exhaust. We're persuading rapidly growing cities to link their transportation, land use, and air quality planning. We're helping communities adopt growth patterns that reduce the need for driving. And we're promoting cleaner transportation alternatives, including more efficient vehicles and options such as freight rail and mass transit that take cars and trucks off the road. Global warming is a serious threat to the Southeast. With our long stretches of low-lying coastal areas, this region is particularly vulnerable to rising sea levels. Droughts, severe storms, and other possible effects of climate change could jeopardize our other natural treasures as well: our native forests, our rivers and estuaries, and our productive farmlands and beautiful countryside. We in the South have the responsibility and the opportunity to reduce our contribution to global warming. Please take that opportunity today. Join in SCLC's efforts to clean up smokestack and tailpipe pollution and to combat global warming in the region we all call home.